Climate law?
Yeah.
There?
PT. PT.
Research on it? Bachelor?
Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting shortly, so please bear with us.
I see that. Persons out there?
So there are 55 persons.
It is.
Yeah, and let's laugh and carry on. So it's well into time. I can talk. It's on mute. Huh? Right. Good morning, everyone.
No.
All right. Check it. Oh, I know. Are you able? Good morning. Are you able to hear me? If you're able to hear, can somebody just indicate? Hmm? No, you're not essential. Hold on like that. Am I even to you? So where is it? Is it something that I can select here now?
No, you should have pre-selected it before the meeting started.
Suppose that. I'm wondering if persons are able to hear me. If it's even a thumbs up, but persons, if they didn't see it, they could be able to do that. I'm asking this button. Yes. Okay, so we're able to hear. Good morning, parents, guardians, teachers. Let me use this opportunity to welcome you to this PTA briefing. It's not going to be a long meeting, just a short thing dealing with some changes that are going to come into effect as of today. Mrs. Butler, your president, would have sat in a meeting where she would have heard the myriad of challenges that we're having regarding this online teaching and, of course, the inability to reach a large percentage of our students. And we are very much concerned about that. And as such, we have had to go back to the drawing board to look at ways and means as to how we are going to reach more students. Also, we'd be looking at the issues we are having with teachers. Some teachers not maximizing as well as they should, and for me that is something of grave concern. And as such, I would have put in place certain measures to ensure that my teachers are maximizing and that parents and students are getting quality for the service that teachers offer. So first of all, we are looking at lower school grades 7 and 8. For grades 7 and 8, we are looking at subject rationalization. Subject rationalization means in essence that we are going to be focusing on what we call core subjects at grades 7 and 8. You would understand that a lot of our students who come into Steertown Academy come with many challenges. Challenges in terms of reading, comprehension, numeracy development, emotional development, and those sort of things. And as such, we now have to look at programs that can cater fully to these students' unique circumstances. I will say to you that Steertown, what I've been doing, and some persons do not agree with me, but there is a method to my madness. I kind of know what I'm doing, right? So there's a method. Persons look at me, there's a method to my madness, right? I normally take anybody who comes, anybody who's desirous of learning. I don't turn back. So I did say to the Ministry of Education that I'm not screening anyone. I'm not looking for the brightest students. I'm not looking for the best students. I am saying if a parent or student is desirous of learning, right, and Steertown Academy has the space, then we are willing to accommodate. So if we don't have a program for the student, we will create one. It grants us not having a program, grants us the opportunity to create one. For me, that shows the worth of the institution, the caliber of workers or teachers or the governance system of the institution. So I would have this year taken a child who is wheelchair bound, yes, wheelchair bound, and has never been to any form of formal learning, right? When I say any form of formal learning, I mean she has never been to basic school or infant school, never been to primary school. Her first time interacting with a student or with teacher or in anything formal of education is Steertown Academy, right? And so I would have said yes to the Ministry of Education in accepting that student, right? And all right, I would have said yes. I would have gone ahead and started providing psychosocial support, emotional support, physical support in every way. We went ahead. The child didn't have a proper desk or chair for to accommodate her at home. Board for the child to write on, because there are issues. And as a school, as an institution, we have gone ahead and created those things, made those things available so that this young lady can be afforded some level of educational attainment, right? We would have taken several other students with challenges, and I must say thanks to the apps department, headed by Ms. Samoya Brown, it has been doing an extremely awesome job at creating or crafting programs to aid in the development of these students who come to us at various stages. In reorganizing the subject offerings, you would have realized that from last year, from last September, we started our CSEC offerings at grade 9. We start our CSEC offerings from grade 9. It means, therefore, that our students would have 3 years to major in the content area for CSEC, and then at grade 11, they're able to sit those subjects and should be able to pass with a decent grade, a 1 or a 2. Right? So we expect to reap benefits there. What we're also saying is that we have to build our students' capacity to read and to understand things at the lower level before they get to grade 9. Hence, we have decided, well, the decision has been taken to cut certain subjects from grade 7 and 8. For grade 7 and 8, the following will be doing 5 core subjects. So parents, all you will see going forward from today on your child's report for grade 7 and 8, 5 subjects. Those 5 subjects will be English language, mathematics, social studies, integrated science, and information technology. Those 5 subjects, they are called the core, and those 5 core subjects will be done between grades 7, will be done by grades 7 and grade 8 students. When they get to grade 9, they will choose 3 additional subjects at grade 9. So they might elect at grade 9 to do Spanish or French or biology, chemistry, history, physics, any of the other electives that we have. And they will carry those 5 and 3 that they picked up, they will carry those 8 subjects forward to their CSEC sitting in grade 11. Let's see if we get it again. The students will do 5 subjects, 4 subjects at grades 7 and 8. These 5 subjects will be English language, math, social studies, integrated science, and information technology. When they get to grade 9, they will choose 3 additional subjects to major in. And those 3 subjects will be from the pools. And the pools have subjects such as chemistry and the science subjects, chemistry, physics, biology, HSB, human and social biology. They have the skill areas, agriculture, building technology, AutoCAD. They have the humanities subjects such as history, geography, religious education, and so forth. They have the language, other languages such as Spanish and French, and literature. They would have had in the pools as well. The business subjects, POB, principles of accounts, principles of business, office administration. They would also have had the other areas such as the aesthetics, performing arts department, physical education, theater arts, art and craft, and music, right? So they have several subjects that they can choose 3 more from. So they would end up, so it would be imperative then that every child, every single child will need to carry these 5 core subjects for 5 years. And it is expected that they will sit these 5 core subjects in their CSEC examinations, right? Added with the 3 additional subjects that they would have picked up. Bear in mind that some students may pick up 4 based on their career path. So they end up with 9. So some students will be doing 8 subjects for CSEC, some will be doing 9 subjects. I do not think that students need to do more than 8 subjects for any external sitting, right? So that is that. What are the benefits of doing these 5 core subjects at grade 7 and 8? Benefit 1, or what obtained before now is like 5 sessions of English, 5 sessions of math,
6 sessions of 5 sessions of English.
What would obtain now is before, prior to, in the other system is students at grade 7 and 8 doing 5 sessions of math for the week and 6 sessions of math for the week, sorry, 5 sessions of language and 2 of literature. That's a combination of 7 there. But what we are saying is that for students who have come into us at certain levels, students who have challenges, that is woefully inadequate. Therefore, we are seeking to give the student more time in language, literacy, and numeracy, which is math, to build their capacity so that they'll be better able to manage when they get to grade 9. So you'll find out that so we needed the chat because when parents have questions and stuff, they're gonna give the questions.
Careful about questions before we start the chat. So the only way we can fix the questions. And the people who are confused as well.
I'm sorry, parents. I was just saying that we should have set up the chat system so that I can accommodate questions and so forth. Those have not been, that option has not been done. And so to get questions, your questions or your questions in, you might have to go to the PTA group on WhatsApp and I can read it from there, and or I can send to Mrs. Butler and I can read the questions from there and respond accordingly. But what I'm saying is that we would need to give the students more time in numeracy and literacy and build them there. So when we build them there, then they're able to better function when they get to grades 9 through to grade 11 or up to CAPE, or those who elect to do CAPE with us, right? So the student, instead of doing 6 sessions of math for the week, will end up doing 12 sessions of math for the week. So that's doubled. Instead of doing 7 sessions for language and literature combined, the student will now have a total of 12 to 14 sessions combined, right? Therefore, the child should be able to read by grade 9 fluently and comprehend and apply, right? The child should be able to become fully cognizant and manipulative in the math area by the time they reach grade 9, right? So that's the reason for that. For social studies, the student will end up getting how many sessions? At grade 7 and 8.
Well, currently we have personalized sessions.
Currently they get 4. What would they get with the addition of vitamin of 4?
We'll come up to 5 to 6 sessions.
So the social studies sessions would move from 4 to 6 sessions. And bearing in mind that social studies encompasses a lot, for it takes in history, geography, and what we term as social studies. So it takes in those 3 subjects. And we would end up getting 6 sessions there instead of just the 4 sessions. Right? And then for science, the student would end up with, instead of 4 sessions of science, they would end up with 6 sessions of science. And integrated science, you know, is a precursor for biology, physics, and chemistry, and HSB, and agriculture science too. So they would get all of that foundation in grade 7 and 8, and then do their electives from grades 9 to 11. Right? Also, the information technology is one area that the students have to do. We have to build their capacity in that, because online teaching, you will realize, is not the way to go. And online assessment is the way to go. And so students need to be able to manipulate the gadgets and to understand the different systems and applications that comes along with computer or technological devices. And so we would need to maximize in that area with at least four sessions being dedicated to that at grades 7 and 8. So that is the reason. Those are the major reasons for crafting this new thing at grades 7 and 8. Good. Are there any questions, any comments, any concerns regarding what I've said so far? If there are, it could be a case where we're trying to edit to allow you to chat via YouTube, but where we are not able to do that, we ask that you send messages to the PTA president, or you type in the PTA group, and of course I will get same right here and I can respond.
I'm trying to edit this. It's not
Drake that.
Oh, this is why. There you go.
All right, so we have the live chat now, so persons can speak. They can speak and we can hear us. You can type or you can speak, and we will be able to accommodate.
Type there, sorry. Yeah.
Type. So you'll be able to type your to say something by typing. So as we await persons to respond, if there are any questions, let us also look now at the online system. Parents, we are hoping that we'll be able to be on the next phase of schools for the pilot program, piloted reopening, right? We had some issues the last time. We had worked out the consultations, and yes, I hear from you, Nessa, about the consultations. I know that parents, you are concerned about that. We had worked out the consultations, and what we discovered was that we had issues, or some persons had issues with the consultations, and I don't know if you will hear by now that I have gotten very dictatorial, and I had to address that sort of thing with teachers and other stakeholders. And yes, persons are looking at me when I say dictatorial means yes, we start tell people what we want them to do, and stop give people the impression that they are running the show. There's one principal at Stairtown Academy, and it's Omar Mongal. Until the day I demit office, I am the principal. And I will make decisions in line and in keeping with what will benefit Stairtown Academy. So I was trying to be nice and running around the school. I'm done running around the school. I'm now running the school the way it should be run. So consultations for grade 11, that is, we are starting with grade 11, because those are the CSEC students, and we have worked out a schedule, and that will be sent out sometime this week. Maybe by tomorrow, we will have the schedule as to which grade 11 students will come to utilize the labs and to utilize other aspects of things that they will need for the SBA and for their CSEC development, preparation for CSEC, right? So I already stated categorically, right? What is this about one of teachers sold a vape to my son? It was a blueberry vape. What is that? What is this? How will that reach inside this meat, son? Blueberry vape. What is vape?
Oh, it's the smoking things. I don't think a teacher sold that.
One of the teachers sold a blueberry vape. What is that?
It's like a cigarette, but it's a liquid.
I'm gonna ask the parent who put that in the group that if please to come in with your son so that we can investigate this matter, because I do know that on this platform or platform that this person will say things, and I don't want to comment I will not comment because I don't know of any of thing like that being done, right? So I would expect that the parent who made the comment, right, will come in. Parents, I keep saying that 1,000 times, if you have issues with your something that is not right, don't make spurious accusations, but come in so that we can address the matter one-to-one and find out the veracity, the authenticity of the matter. Because we can't just make statements that this is a live group, this is a worldwide thing, right? And my experience has taught me that a lot of times what some of the things that we hear is not actually what is said, right? Therefore, I ask that you come in that we can investigate, right? I'm gonna end this meeting if persons, you see the chat in there, persons using bad word in the chat and what have you. How can the students behave any better when parents don't have any manners? Whoever is disgoated, and we must can trace these things, you know. The person whose name is disgoated, right? I don't want to believe that it's a goat. Why this type of thing come out and name? Could you just, is it a way of, bring up this picture for me? Can we see the picture here?
No, sir.
Is there a way to shut that person out of the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Remove the person, please. We're removing persons from the meeting who have no manners and no behavior. Come on, man. See the person here again. And this one too.
They can.
I hate speech. Oh, hate speech.
There's no. Let me just turn off my chat, sir.
Anybody have questions to ask, please send it to the PTA president or send it to the PTA group. The chat has been turned off because, of course, we have persons in there who don't know how to behave, right? And that is a problem we have with society, that we have so many morons and imbeciles who don't know how to behave appropriately, and as such make an ass of themselves at all times. All right, moving forward. We would, yes, the question was asked if students can drop core subjects at grade 9. Yes, the student can at grade 9. The core subjects are, well, they can't drop English, they can't drop math, they can't drop social studies. They can drop Inti or information technology. Yeah? Across the board now. So IT or data, they can't drop it. So the only thing they can drop out of the 5 subjects, the only thing that they can drop is integrated science to pick up. Right? Of course, if a child does a subject, they can choose not to pay for it in CSEC, but mandated by the government, everybody has to do integrated science. Everybody has to do an IT, information technology. You have to do English, you have to do math, you have to do social studies, right? So those are core subjects. Core means those subjects that you carry with you throughout your course of study. The basis or the foundation for your course of study. That's what it means, right? So, let me say.
They insult you, so.
Okay, so that answers that. We have worked out a timetable, which you will see. Is it less time online for students? For lower school students, until we have gone through this whole pandemic or this phase of whatever we are going through, we have reduced the amount of time that will be spent online. So we are still covering the core subjects. However, we are reducing the amount of online time that is spent, right? So it is working out for now more like a shift timetable, right? And it will also free up teachers to work some more with the CSEC students and the CAPE students and those doing NCT vet, right? Also, please note that as of this morning, all teachers are working from school. So in working from school, it means that they are all here on compound, and they going forward, they will be here each day. They will be teaching online, right? From this day forward, from main campus. So that is something to note. Also, another thing to note is that worksheets, parents who are requiring worksheets, physical worksheets, those can be collected from the gate, right? Or you can request to speak with a teacher. A teacher will come to the gate or wherever to speak with you. That can be collected from the school. So there are no drop-offs at post offices again, no drop-offs anywhere else. All pick-up of physical worksheets must be done from the school. So you are free to come in between Mondays through to Fridays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. to collect worksheets or to drop off worksheets or to seek clarifications about anything else. Parents, I'm asking you to remain calm. As I said before, again, I am vouching. I'm hoping that within short time we will be back on the pilot program for the reopening of physical school, and then we would have sent out a schedule to you so that you'll be able to get onto it. In the meantime, I ask that you remain vigilant with your children. You support them as much as possible, keep them safe, right? And ensure that they are catered for in every way, as we on our end will also try our very best to ensure that the students are well catered for. Upcoming activities, we have prefect investiture ceremony, and that date is coming up shortly. We also have student council elections, and we are trying to find a way to conduct that, but those things are upcoming, right? So that's about it. Did I leave anything up, Mr. Isha? Oh, sorry. End of year examinations or end of term examinations will move to January and not December. So we will not have exams in December, we'll have the exams in January. You will hear more about that in short order. Question? All right, a parent is asking why remove English literature from the grade 7 and 8. It has not been removed. If you realize that I said that English language encompasses English literature. Therefore, when the child does English language, 12 or 14 sessions of language, literature will be incorporated into that. So it has not been removed. As it was before, English, there was not a separation of English language and English literature at grade 7. It was just language arts. For language arts, the teacher would have dedicated 5 sessions to English language and the mechanics of language and teaching of punctuation and writing tasks and all those other things. And then 2 sessions are dedicated to literature itself. With this new thrust, it is 12 to 14 sessions, and the teacher will manipulate it the same way. Maybe you'll have 10 sessions of language and 4 sessions of literature. So it will aid, it will redound to the benefit of the students. Right? Is there any other question? You can, as I said before, you can send your questions or comments into the PTA group or to the PTA president. And I am in the group now, so I am looking to see what you have put in there that I can respond to. All right, some person asked about codes for Google Classroom. We have received quite a few codes, and we're going to ask that you call the school's WhatsApp number or the mobile number for that information. That number is 373 5376. That's 373 53, am I correct? 76. So you may call that number, and of course you will get the information that you require for Google Classroom codes and so forth.
From last week Thursday, that's my concern. Our Google Classroom is not working. We tried everything. I went to the school, and there was a gentleman there. He was trying to get it fixed. He did not get it fixed. And again, I know that there's no class this morning. So and I asked Friday for drop off, and they said until further notice. I'm wondering what's going to go with her. Because the Google Classroom is not working. I'm hearing that the classroom has been broken down, because it's the same thing for my son that is going to Firmcourt School. He's not getting through to the Google Classroom as well, because the school had texted that the classroom was giving problem. So I'm wondering, my concern is what am I going to do with her now, because there is no drop off.
As I said before to the parent who just asked that question about the Google Classroom, technology is never stable, and in Jamaica, I said it's a trial and error thing for us. And I know the government has been trying its best. Lord knows it's stressful, very, very stressful. And the classroom, some of them have broken down. That is no fault of ours at Stairtown Academy. That is a Google. Yeah? That is a Google thing, in that every classroom is down. Google is updating, and until they have updated, there's nothing that the Jamaican government can do about it. There's nothing that the Ministry of Education can do about it. There's nothing that Stairtown Academy can do about it. We simply have to wait on Google, which is Microsoft or whoever, or whatever they be, until they finish what they are doing to permit us. Right? What we will try to do is to see how many students we can engage through Zoom until the system is back up. So it's not unique to Stairtown, it's just across the education system. What we said about so we're gonna try Zoom platforms that we will try to communicate sometime this week, what we can do. And the other thing now, as we said before, that you can pick up worksheets or physical work from the school gate. Now, we had to suspend the dropping off of paper from several reasons. Reason one, the post offices were being packed up with the work. Parents, the same parents who request the drop off, are not collecting it. So we have 5 or 6 5 or 6 parents on Walker's Road who request a drop off. And we drop off. And when we go there the following week to drop off, the papers, 4 out of the 5 are still there. And the following week, then it's still there. So you end up, and then parents say they're not getting it. And they don't, I don't think parents understand. There's no way we can come to your gate, to your home, and give you the work. I have persons called traveling officers. The traveling officers are my dean of discipline, my 2 vice principals, one of them does not drive, my 2 guidance counselors, one of them does not drive, and myself. We are called traveling officers, but we cannot go to every area. We cannot go to every place. So we ask that you use the nearest points. The nearest points have been the post offices in the communities, right? So there's no way that we would drive all the way to Ty Dixon to drop off worksheets. We would leave it at Money Post Office. And the parent is supposed to collect at Money Post Office. But the parents are not collecting. So the whole heap of work is just stacked up at the post offices. And the post offices are complaining. Right? Then we'd have wasted paper and ink. Workers are coming here Saturday and Sunday to print these documents and to have them packaged for delivery by Monday afternoon. Right? And it's a waste of a worker's time, waste of paper, waste of ink, waste of electricity, post office staff being stressed out. Each time a traveling officer goes on the road, they have to be paid, because it's not that they can drive their vehicles without being compensated for it. They have to pay them back for their gas, for their mileage, for the wear and tear on their vehicle. The ministry's rate is woefully inadequate, something like $56 or dollars per kilometer, which if you drive, you understand that if you do 60 kilometers in one day, the wear and tear on your vehicle, the gas and everything, that 56 per kilometer amounts to nothing, right? So I can't compel my traveling officers to go because it's their vehicle. They are paid upkeep for their vehicle. That is to do the government's business, yes. But, right, they are in the same breath, I cannot abuse them by telling them that they must go here and must go there, because there's no way for them to recover the monies. Because when they do a claim, I still have to authenticate that the claim is indeed justified. And not only that, I have to ensure that I have monies from the government in the school that I can pay the traveling officer at the end of the month for the traveling that he or she would have done. And I have a budget that I work with. So the ministry gives me, say, $100,000 to use to deal with traveling for the month of November. I can't rack up my traveling, let my traveling officers rack up the traveling to $120,000, because where am I going to get the extra $20,000 from? It's not there. I can only work within budget, and the budget is $100,000 for the month. So you'll find out that one traveling officer has to get $15,000. Other one might have done a lot of mileage and work and stuff, picking up things from other places for the school, going to ministry, all those other things. Going to have to send them to Kingston, send them anywhere at all. On Wednesday coming up, a group of environmental students for Cape, they have to go on a field trip. 5 students and 2 teachers. I can't find the $25,000 or $30,000 for the bus to do that run. So I have to find the cheapest route out. The cheapest route is assign 2 of my traveling officers and say that, okay, for this day, both of you are assigned to be on the road, and you have to transport these 5 students and 2 teachers along the route, and then you claim your traveling. So it would end up that maybe it might cost me $15,000 for both traveling officers to do that. So I'm able to save another $15,000 or $10,000 that I would have used to charter a bus to take these students out and teachers, right? So it is very challenging, parents. It is not as easy as you might think, right? It is very, there are times when I sit here with the Bursa and I'm just pouring over. I have figures and I'm just going through and I'm looking at the bills stacking up. The tuck shop is not in operation. The canteen is not in operation. So I have no extra monies to use. I can only depend on what the government has given to me. From parent contribution, less than 5% of parents made any contribution of any type. So I have nothing to rely on. Whatever the government has given to me, I have to use to pay electricity, I have to pay water, I have to clean the school, right? I have to ensure that the grounds are maintained and all of those things, right? And at the same time, I have to ensure that the machines have ink in them, there's paper to print. I have to ensure that all these things are done. And trust me, it is not it's not an enviable spot to have, because when you see the amount of bills, even though school is not in session, the light bill has not gone down, JPS has not. For some strange reason, the light bill is almost climbing, and I don't understand how. I guess there's a method to the madness, but I don't know. The water bill virtually remains the same, although there are less pipes being used, students are not here and so forth. But the water bill is sky high, right? The same cost is there to make, whether students are here, yes or no, it's the same cost to provide gas for the weed walkers, to provide parts when they go down, to cut the compound, to have it swept, to have it sanitized and all those sort of things. So it is not as easy as we might think. So I cannot afford to do drop-offs at home and stuff. I'm trying to pick up questions.
My next concern is, sir, madam, how it may concern. My daughter got her sheet of the subjects, what she's going to do, and fees and everything. Everything come up to 31,070. The reports that they are going to use, not the report, the last 4 report is what they're going to use to see if path or what she's qualified for participate for, right? And that I saw 3 subjects. So what I would like for you to do now, if I'm supposed to come in to the bursar's office for paper or something to pay after part deduct what they're going to do to pay the amount that am I supposed to pay, because I want to get it out of the way. That's one of my main concerns right now, is to get their money to pay it.
All right, thank you for that question. Parents, it's obvious that the children are not able to carry messages or take information right. We did say to the students that all CSEC monies are to be paid at the bursary, at the school, at the bursary, because the banks are not allowing persons to come into the banks physically anymore to make those payments. So normally what we have obtained before is that we would have given a CSEC exam voucher, and that voucher you'd have taken to the bank, you'd have made the portion, paid the portion at the bank, then return the slips to us, and we'll do our administrative work here. As is, banks are not allowing that system anymore. So now we have to receive those payments at school. When we have received those payments at school, we will make the payments to CSEC. So we have made it easier for parents in that regard, right? Parents, as this comes up, CSEC, kindly remember that CSEC monies are not determined by State-Owned Academy. It's determined by CSEC. And CSEC is a regional body. A regional body means it's for the entire Caribbean. And because it's for the entire Caribbean, then it means that we have no control over how much they charge and their deadlines. When they give us their deadlines, that is their deadline. There's nothing at all that State-Owned Academy can do about the deadline. If you miss the deadline for payment, then you want to still do CSEC, the cost is $100 US. That's what CSEC is asking for, not State-Owned Academy, right? Now, parents, every year this happens. Every year we say to the grade 7s coming in, you have 5 years before CSEC. 5 years. Parents need to start putting down their monies from now, because it makes no sense when you reach at grade 11 and it's time for the monies. You are saying, oh, you don't have any monies and oh, this and that, because there's nothing we can do as a school. Absolutely nothing we can do, right? So look back at that for CSEC. Remember that the monies are due. We ask that if you are having challenges, we do know that there's a 1-week window that we can apply for with CSEC. So if you're having challenges, speak to us, call us, and speak to us so that we can ask CSEC for that special 1-week window, right? So that your child is still able to access the CSEC portal. Persons are asking about tablets for students. Again, whatever you hear on the news is what we would have heard. State-owned Academy is not in charge of purchasing of tablets or laptops for any student. That is solely the prerogative of the government. When they have done that and they give to us, we will notify you. So if we haven't notified you, it is because we have not received, and we have no control over that. You will see where some schools are getting in the Greenland on their television and radio. You would have heard and seen where some schools are receiving tablets and devices and so forth. State-owned Academy is not one of those schools. We have not been so favored as yet to receive anything from the government. When we do receive, we will let you know. Still looking for questions. Remember the meeting. I'm looking for questions. Why am I moving this? Oh, answer the English literature one already. I did explain already that English language encompasses language and literature, right? So there's no taking away of literature from the curriculum. There's no taking away. The only difference is that when you get to grade 9, language and literature then separates. So the child can choose or elect to major in literature at that time. However, at grade 7 and 8, they would have been exposed to literature through their English classes, because that's a total of between 12 and 14 sessions. As I said before, you might find a teacher dedicating, based on instructions from the head of department, dedicating 10 sessions to literature, to English language, and maybe 4 sessions to English literature. Right? We have a new timetable to go out, am I right? Right. A new timetable will be coming out reflecting the core subjects at grade 7 to 9. So you will get that. For the shift, as I said before, grade 7 and 8 will be on one shift, and you'll be told whether you're morning or afternoon. Right? Grade, so you will know. It will not be that we'll just haphazard, you want morning, you want even, you want morning, you want even, no. It will be by grades. I am having a meeting, sir. I am having a meeting. What is going on? Get up. I'm not getting up. Go, Mrs. Thompson. And put on your slippers, please. All right, sorry about that. Somebody's asking, is there a teacher available for IT class now? Classes are suspended for today, so there's no teacher available for any class today.
for sure.
Oh, you mean for IT, as in IT itself? We are rerouting. Mr. Steele, let him come. Oh, gosh. Excuse me a second.
Hey! What's that? All right. Stop. Jesus.
All right.
Not ready anymore.
All right. Yes, as I was saying, we have been rerouting teachers to cover IT, right? So we should have sufficient persons to cover the IT area. Persons are saying again, pertaining to the drop-off, I requested and I checked the post office more than once and didn't receive any. Again, I don't know what happened, but when we check with our internal operatives here, the papers were sent out. So it could be a case where persons are going to the post office and taking that which they did not request. We had some challenges like that in the Brownstone area and the Discovery Bay area. However, as I stated before, there is no more dropping off at post offices being done. Or picking up of material is to be done at the school. I've received this email about SBA lab book, and there are no more information as what it's all about. What is this? SBA, the family contains a workbook created for you to enter SBA labs while you are at home. Please note that CSET this year is modifying some areas of the exam. Students will be doing both papers, paper 1 and paper 2. However, for the sciences, the labs have been reduced from 16 labs to 8 labs. And the teacher, they would have indicated to the teachers the labs that must be done, right? So they will communicate. Louis, right? So as the question regarding the lab, Miss Lewis might have sent this out to students as a way to show them how they can do their labs online, because CSEC is advocating that some of the labs will have to be done online, some they will come in for, but in coming in there are certain guidelines or stipulations as to which lab and to how it should be conducted. I already spoke about the IT for grade 7 and what is happening. What about grade 10 data operations teacher? What do you do data operations again?
Sir.
All right, Miss Fiona Nelson, the teacher who should be covering data operations at grade 10, is on sick leave, and as such, we have rerouted just today Miss Godfrey, another teacher, to cover those sessions at grade 10. I don't know. Persons are hearing. Persons are hearing, right? Because somebody saying not hearing anything in the meeting, it must be your device. But I know that persons are hearing. Listen, if you mash up the mouse, you see boy, don't. 8S don't have a form teacher yet.
Yes,
8S has always had a form teacher. I don't understand this question. 8S have a form teacher? Every class has a form teacher. It's the first time I'm seeing this because I know that 8S has a form teacher. So I don't know anything about that. Parents, I've answered the information technology questions 1,000 times already. Stop asking the question, please. I spoke about rerouting a teacher. I spoke about a teacher being on leave and so. People not just asking and not listening. I spoke about this 1,000 times already. Only students are to ask so much something one time. I still can't get in the meeting using the link, so what can I get information? Go on YouTube. It will always be on YouTube. You can watch it this year, you can watch it next year, and maybe 15 to 20 years from now, you can still access this video. Again, the tablets are part students. I know nothing about it. Call the Ministry of Education, Brownstone, or Faber Williams, the minister. I know nothing about tablets or laptops for students. Steertown Academy knows nothing about that. That is the Ministry of Education, not Steertown Academy. Steertown Academy up here, so Omar Mungal, the board, the teachers, we know nothing about any tablets for the students. The government says that they will provide tablets. They have not given us any, zero, none, nothing, none at all. Me don't know how to reach because I've been answering this question from September until now. See there, we have received this from the government for tablets. Zero, none, Z-E-R-O, zero, nothing at all. Therefore, there's nothing we can do about that. You are asking the wrong person this question. And please forgive my agitation, but I'm being asked this every day. One parent asked me about 6 times. I said, Miss, me tell you the answer 6 times already. Stop bother me. Coming out frustrated, me don't know what else to say to you. Right? Because I don't know about any tablets. You have to ask the minister, the education officers. That is above my pay grade. My salary does not permit me to answer that question. Not answering that question. Parent asks how many hours will be allocated for online classes going forward. Is it 5.5? All right? Oh, 5.5 hours. Typically, not 5.5, 4.5. 4.5 hours, because normally for normal school day from 8 to what would have given what? 5 contact hours. It have been 5 contact hours, but now we're reducing to 4.5 contact hours, right? And there'll be no lunchtime. There's no lunchtime, so the lunchtime for the student is before shift or after shift. So it will be straight classes, right? So we would not have basically lost anything. Would have actually gained. Someone say if online classes continue tomorrow, yes, bearing in mind that is if Google works. And again, Steertown Academy has no control over Google. You have to ask Bill Gates about that. Right? Because we... You want to come down? Do you want to get down? Right? Alright, so... So that's that there. Parent is asking about the IT code. They cannot be a code if there's no teacher. We just sorted out the teacher this morning, right? That's why we say we sorted that out now. So of course you will get a code going forward. But there could not have been a code before because there was no teacher to teach, right? Person are asking if you can drop off work that has been done by children. You can drop off anytime or pick up anytime between 8 and 3, Monday to Friday. Jesus, is it that people joining the meeting every other minute? The person asking if the new timetable will be given today. I said, hopefully by today or tomorrow, the new timetable will be sent. Right? So persons asking the same questions over and over. We do not sell socks. Ask Mrs. Butler about socks. There's a number that she can give you for a person who sells socks. We do not sell socks at school. No, we did not send out any papers last week because we stopped the dropping off of papers. And we said again, parents should come to the school gate and pick up. Right. If we say you have to come to the school and collect the package, why ask the question? So it's best to come in and collect package for the week. Then that way I say, man, you don't come collect here at the school. No. If we say you have to collect at the school, you have to collect the package at the school. Right? And it makes no sense collecting the package if his child is not returning the work, you know. So how will it be marked? How will you know if what you have done is correct? Oh, Sean, I can't deal with this, man. Good, Miss Jones. I am right here. Right? So you will have to pick up at the school. Right?
Good morning again. Is it a subject that a child is supposed to take in the C-section?
It is recommended that the child does eight subjects by the end of grade 11. They don't have to do all 8. It's about what you, the parent, decide to pay for. So you can pay to do only 1. You can pay to do 5. You can pay to do all 8. It's your choice. But the school will prepare the child for 8 C-section subjects. No, I'm having a meeting. You can't come back up. No. Somebody's asking if you have all the money, if you can carry it by next week Tuesday. If you have the money today to pay for the C-sec, you can come today and pay. It's up to you. If you don't take it in and pay, then the child won't be registered for C-sec. So if you have the money before you spend it, do anything else, pay for the exam and get it out the way. Trying to pick up the questions. Good morning, everyone. Right. Is there a lunch break and the students have to have lunch before or after? What time will classes start and go straight into what time? If it is possible to answer before the timetable is given. For those who understand a shift timetable, if it begins at 8, you most likely might finish at 12. If you finish at 12, it means then you go for lunch at 12, end of school. It means that those who are coming to school, and I'm talking online shift, online. Let's get it straight, online. For those who are coming to school online, we'd expect that they would have their lunch. They would eat before 12 o'clock. So that when they come to school, they would move from this class online to the next online class, 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 then dismissal. So that is what is meant as to eat before your shift or after your shift. We'd expect that the morning shift would have their lunch at 12 when their shift is finished. So it means that from 8 to 12, they would go straight through with their classes. And at 12 o'clock, when they sign off on the online node, then they're free to eat anything they want to eat in the house, in the community, anywhere. We expect that those who are signing on at 12 for the afternoon shift, whatever, would eat something prior to coming online so that they don't seriously, so that they don't go get a snack, so that they so that they don't have to so that they don't have to be hungry and wanting a break or anything like that. Right. Yes, children can come and pick up the worksheet. Yes, an adult can come and pick up the worksheet. Yes, a man, woman, child, Indian, chief, beggar, whoever. Once it's somebody who can find their way to the school and find their way back to you, anybody can pick it up. And if it's a sensible dog or cat, they can pick it up too. As long as they know how to ask for it and where and how to sign for it, they are free to pick it up.
I'm analyzing YouTube. Can't type there, I can't say anything there. I'm asking, please, if somebody can explain, because the other day I went to the school and I was speaking to the vice principal, I believe it was, and I was there asking when they did have the meeting at the school. I was there asking him, what about the children that is on pads? How would it go for them? Are we parents have to pay for the C-sec or what? I need to understand that. Then he told me that if the children got 50% of whatever, then they will be responsible. But now I'm on live and I'm hearing the principal saying that we must start to save for the C-sec. So that is the reason why I'm asking somebody to explain, because I don't understand. If I'm supposed to pay for the subject, I need to know so that I can put myself through.
Jesus. I don't know how to help parents to understand this. I swear, it's harder to deal with the parents and the students. You know? It's harder to deal with the parents than the students. See, we explain these things 1,000 times, and that's not what the vice principal said to you. I'm positive. That's not what was said. We said that the government has a system where students who are on path, right? Those who have achieved 50. Listen to me, man. Those who have achieved 50% average in their exams in school and from their report sheets, that grade would be sent to the ministry on a special sheet that the ministry sent to us. That the ministry sent to us to capture that information. When we send that sheet to the ministry, it is called a moderation sheet. CSEC moderation or incentive sheet. Ministry checks it off. When they have checked it off, then they will indicate how many subjects they will be paying for through PATH. Right? When that information is communicated to us, we will communicate that back to the parent. Am I right, Mr. Ishu? Right? Now, bear in mind that if a child does not get 50 and above, if the child gets 49%, the ministry will not give the incentive. It's based on the grade. No, it is not that we decide. It is the ministry that decides. So we have to wait on the directive from the ministry. We have already sent up the sheet that went up from last week, Wednesday. Last week, Wednesday, I signed it off. It was sent to Brownstone office, and we are waiting on Brownstone office to complete their verification of the list and to send back to us to say, okay, these 10 students or these 5 students are those who have been given that option. So I know that that is the instruction that was what was said to the parent. So parents don't understand, just as students, even worse than students, they don't understand. And they ask the same questions 1,000 times over. What is this? Good day, students. It is with be prepared to inform that I will no longer be with you as your form teacher. Please continue being the amazing students that you are. Remember to be your brothers and sisters. You have your bones. See someone in class. Message on Miss Jones will be with you until you are assigned a new form teacher. Please treat her well. Best wishes to you all. Who's that?
Sweet endurance right now.
This is what my son says, form teacher sending 8S. Fan families who's 8S form teacher. Oshan. With regards to rental books, we still have not received any word from the Ministry of Education. We sent in our paperwork and everything. We have not received any word from the Ministry of Education. So we are still waiting. The person who sent the message for 8S, I'm asking which teacher it is. The message came from. I don't see any other question. That's it. All right. Are there any other questions? Anything else you need clarification on? It's now 10:25. I do not want us to go beyond 10:30, as there are some things that I need to sort out with teachers to prepare for the CSEC persons. As you can see, I am being challenged myself right now, because I have to work and do parenting at the same time and teach this little one at the same time. And he is not being very nice to me today. Okay, if the teacher is Miss Gordon for 8S, if the teacher is Miss Suyan Gordon, then yes, the teacher resigned last week. And so we will be assigning a new teacher to that class. So Ms. Suyan Gordon has resigned, teacher of agriculture, and so we'll be assigning a new teacher, form teacher to the class. Suyan, okay. So apologies, Suyan Gordon resigned, yes. Yes, you missed the IT discussion for first form. We said we have sorted it out and we are already moving forward. For students who are coming for consultations on campus, please note that they are to wear their uniforms. Where they do not have a uniform, they are to dress in a jeans and t-shirt. And the parent can send a letter explaining as to when the uniform will be done. What we find is that some students came in uniform the other day, and when they found out that they have an option where they can wear jeans and t-shirt, then the uniform became unavailable the next time they were coming. So please encourage them to wear their uniforms. You will, whatever codes they are to get, you will get those codes. Please remember then that your child will know on grade 7 and 8 will no longer be doing 8 and 9 subjects or 10 or so subjects, but they'll be doing 5 subjects, right? So there's a reduction of subjects. For the final time, no school is keeping today. Neither online, offline, underline, up and line, close line, or no line. Not today. Sir, all no respond. Respond to what? Isn't the same person asked about the path? Something let me just explain it.
Analyze in YouTube.
So I don't understand what you're talking about.
I can't say anything there.
On YouTube, you are not allowed to say anything on YouTube. People cursing all bad word in the group or anything. Because parents are not responsible enough to be decent and chaste. So we have to turn off the notification, turn off the chat feature. So I'm saying I'm reading from the group here and responding. And I did respond about the path thing. When I'm finished, Mrs. Butler, I can remind you again. Because I went into a lengthy discussion about path, verification, and ministry, and all of that. Person asks about grade 11s and what have you. I said you will get the timetable by this afternoon into tomorrow morning. You will get the timetable. I'm gonna end this meeting now. Because it's the same.
I'm calling her and I'm not getting to her. I want to know how to pick up my son's schoolwork for grade 9. I'm not getting her. And he don't have any work from this because the evening after that working. So please can I know how I can get his work?
The number we ask that you call is 373 5373. That one 6 way in there? Around number in there? Sorry, parents are wrong number. The number is 373 5373. That's 373 5373. Right? So let's get to that number again. 373 5373. See number here? This one. 373 5373. That's the number to call. All right? Thank you. 2 more questions and I'm done. Somebody asking what day they can pick up work at the school. I'm not answering the question. Not answering it.
I can come for the school, come to the school today and pick up work for him because I'm not getting through to the lady. I'm calling his number and I'm not getting the number what they give to me to call her and so.
No answer the question. Me not answer it. Lord knows me not answer it. Me I put on my son. I put here my son starts. Are you sleeping? Sorry, I'm gonna put him down to sleep. Because and breeze up my brain. You not answer the question.
1,000 times. No, sir.
Sorry about that. Part of being a parent. While taking care of other people's children, I have to take care of mine as well. All right. Let's see. Could someone tell me what types of workbook I can buy for my son? He's in grade 8. You need a grade 8 book list. When you get the grade 8 book list, then you will see the books that you have to get. The parents give more trouble than the students. That is, of course, that is true. That is true. Parents give more trouble than students. Listen, I prefer dealing with the students any day than dealing with the parents or with the teachers. I prefer dealing with the students than dealing with parents and teachers. I mean, very honest. And teachers don't vex and mess this up, but it's the truth. The students give me, you expect students to come with certain behavior. You expect them to ask certain questions. But certain things you don't expect from parents and from teachers. So when it happens, it just sends your brain like it's like a whole heap of steam coming out your ears. You know? So the children, if a child comes to school and swings off the rail, I expect that. If a child gives us that talk in a school, I expect that. If they ask you to repeat something 50,000 times, I expect that. But when an adult does it, it drives me over the brink. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, not all parents, but some. And sometimes you know the ones, you know, because when they call you or when they text you, you just know, say, as the most, if you open the message, you just imagine what it's about. You say, Lord Jesus. Patience. Patience, Lord. All right. I think that's it. Good morning. The subject FCM, is that a business subject? The subject FCM, is that a business subject? I'm not familiar with it. No, it's not a business subject. It's far from business. FCM means family and consumer management. It's a food subject. It used to be called HFM, Home and Family Management, but it's now called Food and Consumer Management, FCM. So it's not a business subject, all right? All right, parents, I want to thank you for your time and for your questions. Remember, whatever we do is in the best interest of Steertown Academy. Everything, it's about Steertown Academy and what is best for Steertown Academy. Therefore, I want to thank the PTA body. I know that they had their PTA function the other day. Well, it has been recorded. It will go live soon. No, not live. It will go virtual soon. Of parents who have been awarded and persons who have been recognized. And I want to continue to say to you that thank you for your support and your belief in my leadership. And the board of management, of course, thanks you immensely for your support. Do whatever it is that you can to ensure that your child benefits well in the process of teaching and learning, right? At the end of the day, it's all about your child. It's all about your child and your child's success. So I wish you all the best, right? Any questions? Any questions? Send it to the PTA group, or you can call me. As usual, my number remains the same, 572-6566. The school numbers 917-4309, 917-4006. Wait, I'm coming to you. Here's the blank sheet. Oh. I am making sure, and there are some persons are visual learners. Good morning. What's the third line downstairs, Mr. Issue? 917 what? What's the other line downstairs, Mr. Issue? 917 what? No, man, the one in your office. 917.
917-4916.
These are the school numbers. You may call any one of them, right? These are the numbers. Good. Nice. And this is my number. Good. So those are the numbers. So I wish for you a good day. Thank you. Any comments or concerns, you can reach us on those times. I know it's not funny, but I had to laugh. All right, good day, and God's richest blessings. Continue to be supportive parents. Right. So this meeting is now terminated.